Okay, I'm in the back of Ratchet at the moment. I'm about to make a stencil out of cardboard for the floor. And what I realised, and if you ever do your floor, these metal covers, which then, if you lift open, this is on the VS Commodore ambulance, if anyone else has not got one and watching. I think that's the very top of where you would get to replace the shocker. Top of the shocker absorber nut, which if you look under here, so they're about, almost midway. So if you look at where the shocker goes in, and then right up, it looks like it would go to that part of the floor. So I'd say, and being two, there's two openings. So what I've got to be mindful of, because I bought marine carpet, is to make obviously some cutouts for access to the shockers. Because you don't want to do, I'm thinking for myself, and if there's this, if I ever sold this, that you don't want to have your carpet all the way down, like totally no cuts in it, and then guess where the squares in it, because you cut the crap out of your carpet. So like the fuel pump that I did, that's user friendly now for me, and if it's ever in anyone else's hands, so they can easily change the fuel pump. So be mindful of where your shock absorber access to the top nut is. So anything that's on top of this needs to have access. So shock absorbers. Now what I did on Marketplace, there was a smashed 75-inch Sony TV, Bravia. The screen was smashed, so, but I wanted a big box. I didn't want to try to join boxes for my stencil. So this is a nice size box. It's huge. I mean, look at it. So I'm going to cut down this section. And yeah, just slowly try to fit it into place. So I've got a stencil so I can cut my marine carpet as best as possible. I also got a tool off eBay. I've seen these, I don't know if anyone's seen these advertised on some of the adverts, but what they do, for example, let me move some of this stuff here. So with the cardboard, let me just flatten that out. What they do, I've already phoned. You got to watch behind because you can move that as well. You flatten that out. Now by rights, I don't know which way that goes. It might go like that, and or the other way. But if you push in, push in, push in, push in. It might go the other way actually. This is the first time I've ever used it, so no judging. Okay, so push it. Maybe with these squares here, you should be able to. It's even grabbing hold of the floor for some reason. It's not the most cleanest and straightest paneling of the floor, but yeah, that's not working too well at the moment. But they do work. I've seen them work on stuff. So if you've got that, say, that edge, you can get pretty much the exact angle. So yeah, you think that's straight, dead straight, but it's got a slight curve. So I mean, this would be pretty easy anyway, but I will use it on certain parts to straighten that out again. If I want to get the exact curvature of that corner, then I'll take it out, and you can lock them because they've got locks here. Lock them in the exact space, and then do the ruling. Just throw your pencil around and get your exact curves. I reckon they're pretty good. I mean, this floor is not exact. It's got like little bits and cuts and pieces and stuff like that. So yeah, it'll look good with the marine carpet. But yeah, I'll start doing the cardboard and just do a few detailed things of what I do on the way. Okay, I needed some extra encouragement with this big hammer, just because it's very, what would you say, very protective cardboard for a TV, so it's very thick, so it helps to knock it into place as well. If you pre-noticed, or maybe you haven't, I've ripped out that bed I made. I found that having a permanent bed, for me, is more of an eyesore. It may look good, it may do the job a bit, but for what I want to use this ambulance for, sorry Ratchet, I want to be able to use it a little bit like a ute as well. And I find that if I have a bolted down bed, it's going to be in the way. I've already picked up 4 pallets easy, even the width wise and height. I had to do some things for the chickens in the backyard. And on my getting my airbag light removed, I picked them up on the way back. And yeah, and it was just more practical being able to use the space. So what I did is I changed it up a little bit and kept the wood, that paneling section, and then I grabbed the wheels and then I put them all as a theme. I'm still going to be doing a few more little things with that, but also I can carry stuff on the inner part. I've got to just trim some bolts down the edge, but that seemed a bit more practical for me. I can easily just throw in some foam and you know, a few blankets and stuff like that if I wanted to use it as a camper. I can you even got the room in these to you could throw in a dirt bike if you needed to. Even 2 dirt bikes would probably fit in this, with easy accessibility. I find that if you definitely got some permanent fixtures, each to their own, but I pick up a lot of things and use a lot of things and grab a lot of things, and it'll save me having a trailer at the moment. So for me, I'm just going to have the marine carpet down. I still got to get the glue, and yeah, so that's what I've opted to do. I took out the more or less the wooden bed that I built for it. It wasn't the best job I could have done on the bed, but I just found that I have this thing stuck there, and I can't really use the space for anything else except for lying on the bed or putting stuff on top of the bed, and that's just a waste for me. So, and you can sleep on the ground, no problem. If you put enough foam and blankets and all that sort of stuff, it's like a proper bed anyway. So so far with the cardboard, it's still this is a huge cardboard. You can see even by the font how big it is. It's still not enough. It's still got this, just this little section from the back to here. I've taken out that back section. That I've got to take all the rivets out here and put that black, there's like a cover thing that goes there, but once I do all the marine carpet, then I'll have all these rivets out, and I can that can also help hold down the marine carpet with the glue. I will once I get the glue, I'll put that with this video, I think, of the final results of what glue I use. And the marine carpet, I've already got that in the bedroom, so now it's just a matter of just getting this all done as a stencil and going from there. But yeah, it's good to get rid of this because it had some, see, it's got all like old silicone on there. Probably have to clean a lot of that off maybe still, but probably just use a scraper or something and just clean it off. Looks like it's peeling off anyway, so it won't be hard to come off. And yeah, go from there. But so far, that big piece of the cardboard has still not been enough. I would have thought that would have been enough. That's how big this looks. So I've still got this whole section. So I will still have to tape a little bit of cardboard to the other one, but it's better than having small boxes and taping them all together. And yeah, so that's where I'm at. And that's why I also removed the bed, if you were not aware, if you saw it in the previous videos that I've done when I was making the bed. But I'm more happy that way, and it's more practical for me personally that that bed's removed. It can always be used for multiple things now, and don't have any items stuck in the middle where I don't need them. So anyway, time to continue. Now, so this is the good thing about cardboard. You can botch it up a little bit. You can be a bit more haggard, because the main point of cardboard is so you don't damage your original carpet. But you want to clearly be able to get to those screws and need to go a little bit more out on that one. But that's the beauty of cardboard. That's why you use a cardboard for stenciling, so you can get your proper thing, and then you can make your square even out of another piece of paper or something like that and make a nice perfect square. But you can measure the sides of exactly how much you need, cut the square, and then put that onto the carpet with an estimate of where one of the points is, and match it. So that's what I mean with the stenciling, and what you got to do for your shockers. I'm not sure whether I will cut it on 3 parts and then just have a flap, or cut it so it's got triangles so you can move the triangles up. I think I'll do the flap, but you just got to think of how you want the carpet to be able to be moved up and down. I don't want to have a square bit of cut out and then just stuck in there. I don't want that sort of thing. I want it still to be joined in some way. So that's the cutouts for the shockers. So I've done that second part of the cardboard, and it's coming up very well. And gotta have a good ginger beer diet when you're doing this sort of work. But you can see how much of the cardboard I did the first layer, and that's the second cutout from that. Why are you always on the camera? Huh? Always on the camera. Definitely not camera shy cats. Yeah, so now I gotta pretty much tape those together, and that'll give me a pretty good stencil, I think, or hope. It'll help me out a lot more than putting the roll of carpet in there and trying to cut it, for sure. So yeah, that's the stencil. Okay, so this is the stencil outside. It's on the concrete, and that's where I've taped it up. So the floor is not a bad length, as you can see. So that will help a lot when I'm doing or cutting the marine carpet that I'm going to be putting in it. Okay, so inside doing the stencil. Now, if you plan to do something like this or similar, what I've done is reverse the stencil. So this is opposite because it's on the back part of the marine carpet. So the marine carpet top is on this side. So if I had cut it with the stencil in this right way, it would be wrong when I flip it. So you got to have this on its opposite side, so that when it's cut and when it's cut out, it will be the right side on the right way. So this is done by white crayon. So when I push that away, which I'm going to do now, get rid of that stencil, we now have the stencil of the floor. It looks like 2 eyes. Whee! So yeah. Oh, well, that's got a line. Oh yeah, because I actually started on the stencil on the back part of it wrong, so that was that line. But now it's on the right way. So all that has to be cut out is the next step. So this is marine carpet. So marine carpet's good because it's waterproof, UV resistant, hard wearing. You can put a lot of crap on it. Doesn't tear easy. It's very good for weather. So marine carpet is the way I wanted to go with the Ambo. Okay, so this is the marine carpet cut out. I've just got that little buffet thing just to hold it so it doesn't curl up for the video. So what I've done is I've cut it so the flap comes up. Well, if it was the other way around, it would be going up the other way, but I've got it so the stronger end is in the center. Same with that one. And because you'd be walking more in the middle part rather than the edges, so the weaker side, which you don't want to trample on as much, is on the edge. And then I'll probably do like a Velcro strip with double-sided Velcro, so it should stay down on the floor, and then you can peel it if you need to. So I'll just flip that over. I'll take a look. Okay, so that's what you'd be seeing. That's turned over now. So this will be more from when the entrance of the ambulance pod and going up. And you can see the slight indents, but they're not bad. And that's also because they're puffy and they're not on a flat board. So once you push those in, even on the camera it's hard to see, but they are there. Alright, boink. So put some Velcro in there when it's on the floor, and bye-byes. But they're the access panels to the top bolt of the shock absorbers. So also when I'm gluing, I got to make sure I keep the glue away from these squares as well. So that's all cut, ready to go in, but I still got to buy the glue. So all good now. Okay, so what I've ended up doing is ripping off the original sort of bluish, it's like a rubbery sort of surface. And some of this old glue here, there's still some tacky parts, so it must have been pretty good glue at the time. That took a bit of effort to get that out. And now you can see the original, like that's the ute under tray, right under that wood. So I've Sikaflexed all the original holes. As you can see, all the white stuff is just covering up all the drill holes that they had for like locking down the parts that would hold the stretcher and stuff like that, where they had a box there on that corner. Just I've covered in all the little holes and big holes all the way up. So that floor is now in drying time with that Sikaflex, and I'll probably get some glue tomorrow and get that going as far as the carpet's concerned. But I'll wait until that Sikaflex is dry, and then I'll bring the marine carpet in and first just check how it's going to sit before I glue, if I have to make any altercations, or should I say alterations, not altercations. And yeah, what else I've been working on is just before I've ripped up that floor, got a couple more Cool Moon equalizers. They sit, as my finger wanting to be auto zoomed. They go with the Cool Moon fans and just do the same sort of lighting, but obviously in the cab more. And that red Autobot there is sound sensitive. That was on one of my t-shirts I had, but the t-shirt's was pretty crap. So I've put a 5-volt step down converter on it. It used to run about 4 AAA batteries, and now it's powered up into that round switch that you can see. The Cool Moon fans are on the Cool Moon fans and the equalizer are on the same power source, but yeah, that sound automatic sound detector Autobot face, because that lights up, that is on that round switch that's just in the middle there. And I've also wired it up to these thin LED blue lights which go all the way down there. So yeah, I had a few more things I was doing. Was there anything else that oh yeah, and up the top, which you can see the tape, is one of those balls that are normally, that was USB, so I've also put a step down converter on that one just in case, and it's in the gluing stage with some Sikaflex on the roof, and that will also power up with that Autobot face and the blue roof lights, so that'll yeah, do its electrical thing where you can touch it and the electrical looks like lightning is touching your hand, so give that a good 24 hours, and then I can just finish the wiring up there. Yeah, so that's where I'm at so far. So I'll let this Sikaflex dry and let that dry up the top, and yeah, getting there. Okay, so I've just laid down the carpet for now. I've trimmed it. Oh, seems to be sitting where it needs to be sitting. It's not a work of art, but it'll do the job. So now that's all trimmed to where I want it. You got areas like where the old sort of, I don't know, that cover boxing that was in the corner. There's still some old rivets that need to be machined out. I've also got to take these old ones out all along there, and I got to get, because it has that end piece, and then I'll do nice new rivets, because I think it was designed also to hold down the original rubber mat. I don't know if this is going to be too thick, but I'm going to do my best to try and put it so it sits over the carpet and finishes off the bottom part of the floor, which is looking not bad. This is nice, the marine carpet. It's a it's sort of like, it's got a square pile, like a square sort of pattern with a gap, but it's nice and plush, and even walking on that with your bare feet feels a nice comfy. It's a comfy carpet. It's definitely, you can feel it. I've been in boats before, so yeah, they normally have this sort of carpet in boats, which is good on the foot and soft and comfortable. So now I've got to take that back out again, and that old glue is still a bit tacky, which is going to help with the other glue, I think, and if it doesn't, it's going to be extra glue. So this is, so you couldn't even see that, this is your openings. I still got to put the metal covers on these before I start gluing down, but you wouldn't even know they were there. And there's, I have to even look for it, that's how it covers itself up well. So you just bang it down and you would not know, minus someone's pointing out that they're there, or a little bit slightly lumpy there. That's because it hasn't got its cover on it. It hasn't, around the edges hasn't been glued down. Now, like I said, you got to remember not to glue this section of the carpet. Everything else can be glued, just not that. This is the glue I've got from Bunnings. This is around the $76 mark or something. It's 4 litres. I'd rather have a lot more than a lot less. So it's the Contact Fix. It's the Sikabond 105. High strength premium contact adhesive. So Bunnings, you should give me this and put it on my channel. But yeah, so that is going to be gluing that carpet down. So yeah.